Man, it would not be a good Four Horsemen if something didn't go wrong, and that was not the right date.
You'll have that. You'll have that.
Good evening,
Right.
gentlemen. How are you all doing tonight?
Fabulous. Thank you for having us, Pete.
Doing well. Thank you for having us.
Never been better, living the dream, another day in paradise, bro. You know, all those euphemisms people use to say, I'm suffering, bro. Suffering.
It's so bad, man. So, gentlemen, with no further ado, I think everyone in the chat pretty much knows us.
Absolutely.
We've got quite a conversation going on. Daryl Calhoun, Scott, Betty Lou. We'll just say hi to a few people. KC, always good to see you. Southern Tier, Higgy.
Just start waving my Trent. If Trent were to do what I'm doing right now,
Yeah, everybody's gone.
Die.
I won't do it. I won't do it.
Woo,
his
Tennessee
hands to
Tactical.
himself.
So,
T1.
gentlemen, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves since I'm the host. I guess we can. No, Mike's over there, so I
hi.
guess we can start clockwise and go around.
Mike, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, and obviously it's in the name. We do prepping and survival related topics, discussions, gear reviews, and the such. Yeah, and I do it with he's down over there. The Livingston Man. Look at that. We can almost touch fingers. The Livingston Man down there is my cohort on
Mm-hmm.
Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, so you kind of get a double shot of us.
Maybe you recognize the space.
True story. True story.
Exactly. Vision preparedness. I see dead people. I see alive people. I see all kind of people. Do
Gross.
preparedness on my channel, and I hope everybody is doing well tonight. And I hang out with these guys. Yeah.
True story. True story.
True story.
I'm the Livingston Man. I'm just here, man. Chilling with the big names tonight. I'm just, I'm on them coattails, bro. Like,
Livingston Man wrote in on some coattails. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Three of them. Yeah.
The
I don't
fourth
actually even have
horse
my-
is
I don't
kind of
have-
lagging.
Yeah, I don't even have my own horse. I just get dragged around by these things.
He's on the chuck wagon.
Got me
Hey,
tied in the
gotta
back.
gotta eat, man. Gotta eat.
Telling you
Gotta
so
eat.
much.
Yes, we do.
God. All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone out there in chat world. Okay, so since I'm going to kick this one off, I've been doing a lot of travel. I wanted to change it up. So
All right.
I got a couple of scenarios.
Okay.
So I'll let you guys decide. I have door number 1, 2, or 3. You guys vote and decide which of these scenarios you want to discuss first, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
3.
Oh, yeah. We don't get to know what's behind door number 1, 2, or 3.
No. We just got to vote. Okay. Vision says 3. I will say 3 as well. Livingston Man, make it unanimous, bro.
I'm fine, but I would have chose 1. I would have chose 1. Okay,
No, I
but
think we
would've
do
lost the
it all.
vote anyway.
All in reverse,
That's
man.
fine.
All in reverse.
You want to do them in reverse order? Or?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
kind of-
Sure.
Okay, well,
Oh, he's so
ironically, the
half
third
3
one
of
was the travel one, so okay.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
You were in another city, and they
Yeah.
shut down the airports and the trains. So I didn't put that in there.
Okay.
What steps, once you realize what's happening, what would you be looking for? How would you try to get back home? Let's for the argument, assume you're in the same state. Say you're like in New York or Nassau County, something like that. You
Okay.
got to get home. So
All right.
whoever wants to go first.
All right. I'll go. I'll bite on it. I'm a New Yorker, so if I am at the airport and everything's go down, my go-to would be I'd probably be at JFK. I'm assuming. So I got to get out of JFK, which is super duper populated, and everybody there freaking out. So my first move is try and get a hold of somebody local who knows the place better than me. My first phone call is to the angry prepper Hey, bro, what's going down? Try to establish something with the locals. And if I can't either A, hunker down there, or B, get out of Dodge with them at that point in time, my next step would be to a rental car agency. And hopefully there's still somebody manning the helm there where I could get myself some wheels and get the hell out of Dodge as quick as possible.
All right.
Yeah. So for myself, I have a myriad of selections of airports. And first of all, I would make phone calls to the Ohio family, whoever's closest to that particular airport, and make a rendezvous spot and say, hey, I need to get home. Can you get here, X, Y, and Z? If they can, great. If not, I'm with Mike. I'm going to see if the rental car place is not abandoned. And if it is, I'm going to borrow one anyway. And lastly, if nothing else, I'm going to start footing it home and call up the COO and give the code word, and off we go. And I do my thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Mr. How about you, sir?
I'm gonna keep it real with you 100%. Chief, you catch me away from home, there's already a problem. So if I'm in another city, the reason they shut down the airport is probably because I'm there.
Who's this guy? Alert.
Let's be, but on a serious note, all right, I'll bite. The first thing I would do, especially if I was around like these areas, assuming they shut down the airports, then like, I mean, there's something has happened, right? Mm-hmm. First thing I'm going to do, I'm in a city, especially, again, you got me fucked up. You catch me in a city, dude. But first thing I'm doing, getting away from all the people. I ain't trying to get no crush. I ain't trying to get no stampede. I ain't trying to get caught up in that human wave that goes on, especially in New York. The way they move around in New York City, they're oftentimes caged in with barrier fencing toward the street and, building walls to the right. And they shuffle like cattle. You ever been to New York City? Last time I was there was a long time ago, but I remember being shuffled around like cattle. No one speaking, no one moving. Simon and Garfunkel wrote a fucking song about it. Weird place. Don't look up. Don't look at anybody else. Don't hold the door. Don't act human in this city.
Don't act human.
Get away. I would do my best to get away from all of that. Go down a dark alley somewhere. I'll take my chances with the criminals, man. And then failing that, personally, the farthest you're going to find me in a city is like a place that I could theoretically probably just head back north or south and walk my way home if necessary while trying to get in touch with somebody who could give me a ride or whatever. I live a simple life. I don't go too far. I live in a triangle, bro. Work, home, store. Work, home, store. So
I hear you. Mm-hmm. So I had a coworker who was a prepper, and we used to talk about stuff. I never realized he was like a prepper until one day I made a comment. I don't know what happened. I said, well, if you're going to that city and it gets, during the Antifa protest in 2020, and a few of us had to make trips, and I said, you just got to be a gray man. And he goes, like, he looks right at me, and I'm like, okay, only one person got the reference. So clearly my old friend and I need to have more conversations after this meeting. He said he lives in Houston now. He said he's already plotted all the golf courses. And he said a golf cart will get you about 10 miles at about 8 miles an hour, the typical cart. He said, I'm just going to grab one and steal an extra battery and go as far as I can until I can't use it anymore. I thought that was actually pretty genius.
Heck yeah, man. Why not?
Yeah,
why not?
Absolutely.
Hey, run what you brung, right?
Yeah. No, for sure. I guess the other option would be, it was an interesting point to call your local people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of always my go-to. Honestly, because I've spent so much time building the network of people
Yep.
It's my instant fallback is who do I know locally, and who do I know that can help locally more so than who do I know locally. Because calling my cousin Charlie, who has no clue, is not going to help me. Calling Jason in that situation may benefit me, and it may benefit him as well to have an extra set of hands and an extra set of eyes getting out who kind of feels the same vibe. So, I think we're stronger in a pack. We're stronger together than we are separated, especially like-minded individuals. So it's like my immediate go-to is who is local enough to be able to help me, and trying to rely on that network that I've built over the years.
Yep.
I like that. Colleen said, I would walk till I find the Amish.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm borrowing this.
Although
Ezekiel.
doesn't
Deal
Central
with it.
Park still have the equestrian trails?
Yeah, they still have the Central Park Rangers too, so you're going to come across NYPD on horseback as well.
You might be able to find a horse too if you know how to ride.
In the city, those are very few. You're more than likely going to find an e-bike somewhere that you could probably hack a chain off of or something before you're going to find a horse you're going to ride in New York City.
They'll have the rental bikes and scooters that you.
I do think they have the blue bikes still. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all got to get with the times, okay? They got all these delivery drivers buzzing around on these bikes. Not only are these guys carrying food, they got a bike. Clothesline, my bike, my food, goodbye. Okay, that's simple. We're making split-second decisions here because there is an emergency, and you know what?
Yeah.
It's called survival. I'm sorry, but you know what? Taking your bike and your food, bro. You're lucky to take your shoes and coat and hat.
Let's go down Lou's rabbit hole on this one. Okay, what about your route? Because he's right. If you go with a bike or even the golf cart and you're in the middle of the street, either someone's going to remove you or you're going to get hung up somehow. So what are your thoughts, guys?
Man, I think a bicycle or a e-bike or even like a moped or gas powered small bicycle, anything like that is going to be the best mode of transportation out of a heavily congested area. You see them in Tokyo, you see them in Manhattan, you see them everywhere. That's the best way to get around. They actually do races in the city every year. Somebody on rollerblades, somebody on a bicycle, somebody on a motorcycle, and somebody in a car. And they race around a track, and the bike wins every year by a landslide, like 5 minutes. Really? You just can't beat him. He can skitch on cars. He can do whatever he needs to do to get there. He doesn't care about vehicle and traffic law. He's on a bicycle. He's just going to do his thing. So they by far smoke everybody when it comes to getting around a major metropolitan area. You got to kind of watch these guys and learn from them. And if you live there, you see how they ride and how they act. You have to emulate that and be that to get through those kind of congested areas. I don't think there's any really two ways around it. You have to be uber aggressive and just kind of bully your way out of there with your bike, I guess.
Yeah. So what about in the country? Do you think? Because I know out here it's kind of flat, but I know you guys have some terrain, trees, the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah.
Would the bike be a viable option even in the countryside?
Absolutely.
I think so. Yeah. Not only big fields and open areas and stuff, but us country boys, we know where the tree breaks are. We know where the power lines are. We know where the natural and man-made unorthodox pathways are through stuff and how to get to your buddy's house and everything. We've been doing this for fun for years, man.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Just
four-wheeler.
So yeah, exactly. Just so happens that knowledge has, found itself useful.
But no paddling up the Hudson.
You're not getting past West Point, Pete. They'll pull the chain up. You're going to get hung up on it, and then they're just going to point the cannon at you and sayonara.
Yeah, I think
you know what I mean? That's West Point.
There's going to be a weird subset of people who takes to the waters of the Hudson and provokes a humanitarian crisis.
Yeah, crisis.
Good try, but that didn't work. Good job, guys.
Okay, so as far as leaving the city, using New York as an example, bridge, tunnel, if you were in Manhattan. What are your thoughts on that one?
You got to go for the bridge, man. I think they would shut down those to vehicle traffic, kind of like they did in 9/11, and everybody's just going to have to foot it if you don't have a bicycle, right? I don't think they're going to be stopping people and yanking their bicycles away from them. You may have to walk it across the bridge with the horde, but you got to do what you got to do when you're in a city of 9 to 14 million people trying to get out at the same exact time.
God, when I moved out of there, it was like 6 million. I can't even compute 14 million in that city.
KY survival. If you had an inflatable boat and you could paddle yourself across the river to New Jersey or to Staten Island or something like that, I mean, yeah. But if you're lucky, you can catch a ferry going across.
If you're
otherwise,
lucky, the Hudson River's current won't sweep you out into the
the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah.
It kind of runs downhill there.
Yeah, so that's a good point. The water has a whole bunch of other risks.
Yeah.
So you're wide open with nowhere to hide, nothing to do. And there's going to be people more prepared than you to pirate your shit and take it.
Can't we all just chip in and rent a helicopter?
I mean, if you had it like that,
it's interesting you bring that up, because if you go to the aviation maps, I did it on a video when I was talking about the crash between the Black Hawk and the other plane. There are little airports everywhere.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So you could conceivably find someone out in Queens or Nassau County, somewhere out in the island, or maybe
one of those
Jersey,
little puddle jumper planes,
and be like, I will give you, this resource in exchange for transport to X location.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that would be a great way to make some, benefit from having an aircraft.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
Johnny Preps beat me to it, but I was going to say that, listen, anybody can fly an aircraft. The difference between a pilot and just anybody is that a pilot can land it.
Land the aircraft.
And take it off.
If you need to take off and get out of there, you can do it. What happens after that?
That's up.
That's the part
that's between you and God.
Indeed.
Jesus, take the wheel. Landing gear falls off. You're like, not that wheel.
No.
Yeah, the wrong wheel. Okay, so you guys Lou's been talking about people hijacking you, so I'm going to go to scenario 2.
All right, let's do it.
That's actually
been talking about who's hijacking what.
The bicycle.
We're going in reverse order. You got home, or maybe you were already bugging in, and you hear there is a group of people who may be a threat. How would you evaluate and decide your actions? That can also be if you're bugging in at the city. Say, Mike, you said you go to Jason, hunker down there, and then see if he can guide you out, or
Yeah, now we get word that the roving gangs are out and about.
Because that may happen.
We're not home yet.
Yeah, you're still out and about. You're at a fallback location, and you hear about this kind of thing. Yeah, or either or. At home,
in the chat, I would just steal a car. I'm like, I found my people finally. Talking about the rule of law, that gonna matter, bro.
He's gonna show up with the what's that damn mask?
I trained my whole life for this.
Viking helmet and a bat. I'm ready.
Yeah. That's him.
Media loves to make a big story like boy who played Call of Duty successfully performed CPR. They're about to watch man who played Grand Theft Auto perform Grand Theft Auto.
So let's see. So, okay, if I'm home and I hear bugging in, there's a group of people.
Right. You send Cole.
No, not yet. I'm gonna send up a drone.
Okay.
Oh, you said the magic word.
Yeah, I'm sending up a drone and survey the area and decide what needs to happen from there. If we need to engage, then we have home field advantage, and we'll set up where we need to set up to blockade them and deal with the threat. Or we can lay low and act as if nobody's home And if they still decide to come onto our property, then we light them up like a Christmas tree. And then send Cole out.
Get the rest of them. Get the rest of them.
To make sure they're dead.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. You got to feed the pup, man. You got to feed the pup.
There you go. Feed the pup.
And if you're laying there and he sniffs you and doesn't bite you, but instead he pees on you, you're dead.
You're in trouble.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what I would do. The drone would be my first act of surveillance to check out to see what's going on. And then we would either set up defensively or offensively to deal with the threat.
So I'll bite on the situation, saying that I have fallen back with the angry prepper and roving gangs, streets of New York City. You're outnumbered.
Warriors,
maybe 20 to 1. You know, maybe there's 40 of them and 2 of us. Without some super duper heavy firepower, that is an absolute no-go and must avoid at all costs, because that's like sudden you're gonna get unalived if you start messing with things like that. That's something you just have to avoid. I would say evade, avoid, and make sure that they don't know where you are at all costs.
Well, you survive 100% of the fights you don't get into, so.
Absolutely.
Sound.
Yeah, how about you, Lou? What are your thoughts?
All right, so okay, this is right up my alley because, like I said, I ain't leaving. I'm right here, bro.
I ain't leaving.
This is my little square mile, and I'll be damned. I'll be damned they're going to sandbag a doctor of journalism with this BS, all right? So Trent's right. I'm going to get stock of the situation. I also am fortunate enough to have a couple of aerial vehicles and some other remote surveillance options and figure out what's actually going on here. Of course, you know, some nonsense you might have heard through the telephone game is perhaps alarming, but perhaps not accurate. So you got to know what's going on out there. As a prepper, as a person who tends to bug in, what I think you should do is already have a place that's not immediately obvious where you actually keep your real good stuff. Let's call it like a tornado shelter, a fallout shelter, or what have you. A private place, a panic room, whatever. Secret room in your freaking house. You got a pantry that nobody knows what about. That's where your stuff should be. That should be perhaps hardened, locked, hard to get into. Could also double as a place of refuge. You know, you got some items of last resort in there. That's where you would retreat to. Make the rest of your house look like, nothing to see here, nothing anybody would want here. People have already been here, kind of thing. Do a real gray house. We talked about this once. You don't want to draw attention. You don't want to be that guy with the lights on. You don't want to be that person who you can smell food cooking, doing laundry in there. They're going to come. So if I'm bugging in, I hear there's a group of people who may be a threat. What I would do is immediately just camouflage myself like a trapdoor spider. Just hide essentially with the thing pointed,
and wait.
you know, and yep.
But you're not going to pop out and grab people like the spider does, because that'd be kind of weird. Although you could.
It depends on what it really depends on what they're wearing. You know, if you got tall socks on, I mean, something might happen, bro.
Especially if they got the stripes on them, right? I mean,
there's that whole rule of law. There's no rules of law or anything.
Stripe.
So, I mean, you know,
stripes to get you every time.
Violators will be prostituted.
My God.
There's some good ideas in the chat. Somebody said put a biohazard. Someone
There's
else
a-
put on raggedy clothes.
You know, if you watch like The Walking Dead and you see the scenarios where they'll put a damsel out in distress as a distraction for people who want to be the hero and come help the pretty girl who's stuck underneath the pallet in the middle of the intersection that looks remarkably like a good place for an L-shaped ambush, but we should run in there like fools anyway and try to save this person. And next thing you know, your corpses are being looted in the middle of the road because you wanted to help.
Yep.
Be smart, folks. That's all I'm going to say is be smart out there. Not everything is as it appears all the time.
Nope.
Facts.
Nah, people gonna lie, cheat, and steal. You hear what I'm telling you right now, and I'm a pretty upstanding, normal guy, and I'm out here with this wild shit that fully intend to do. Mark my words, y'all come fucking around post-apocalypse. Y'all be eating your ass. I'd be chalking up 4 men for the Livingston Man, and I don't even make gender distinctions. I don't even care.
People may get deleted.
Where's my bell?
You remember when like Bugs Bunny got like took up by the cannibals and they like put him in the pot and he was gonna eat him? Like that could be you if you go ahead and step on my shit. Yeah. Play with
Good
me.
times. Good times.
I think I got feelings. Like I.
You see what cartoons did to us, folks?
Yes, indeed.
And yet none of us are mass murderers that we know of.
That's right. That's right.
Because the rule of law hasn't broken down yet, Pete. But just give me a minute, okay? I've been as patient as I can.
So what you're saying is you could be Negan.
Well, I think it's quite a bit worse. More
You
like
think you'd be worse than Negan?
Hannibal Lecter comes.
The funny part is Pete, he actually lives like kind of local to us, actually owns a candy shop the next town over. So apocalypse for real apocalypse, we could actually run into Negan himself, like in the flesh. Holy shit, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is standing there and this is the apocalypse. I am freaking the fuck out right now.
If he has a leather jacket and the Lucille bat, it's on, man.
Oh, I'm sure
So
he's got one in his closet somewhere.
He's going to war, yeah.
He better act right is all I'm saying. So,
Okay, so another question.
I'm
What if they're
hungry,
not a
Pete.
threat?
you just don't even say nothing. You don't do nothing.
Do you
Don't
observe
engage.
them, make sure they're not?
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of gear they got.
You
I mean,
start
if
a
they're-
trade?
No. If they're walking around with nods and level 4 plates, I'm taking them.
Yeah, you weigh your, like that's the loot drop right there. Like, listen, I appreciate your, mission in life, but I really like that hat you got. So sorry,
Yeah.
gonna need that.
No, I mean, if it's, of course, let's say it's a family and they got little kids and yada, 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 I'm going to leave them alone and let them pass.
Like coffee, if people start eating people and becoming a clown, people don't eat clowns.
It tastes funny.
Well, you gotta
Way to
wash
go,
the
Coffee.
You have to scrape the makeup off. That's the mistake everybody makes. It's a bit of field dressing.
You never took the makeup off. Come on. Amateur hour is over, folks. This is the apocalypse. Come on. Famine's in the building.
Oh, man.
I'm saying I'm gonna do you like that witch tried to do Hansel and Gretel. You come sneaking around my little cabin in the woods. You're gonna get put in a fucking stove and baked into a pie, bro. That's all. Like, leave me alone. All I wanted was to be left alone. That's all I want.
Leave us be.
Yeah. Depends, if it's a family or just, 2 or 3 people and they're just passing by to get to wherever they're going, leave them alone.
Yeah, I'm all about not even being found.
Right.
Be as low profile as humanly possible. Let everything blow over, and once they're gone, they're not an issue anymore.
Right.
Hopefully they're not an issue anymore.
So, question:
give
would you all coordinate with neighbors, friends? You have other? How
Bro,
would you try to do that if you have neighbors who are
the
unsure?
community has been built. You have to do this stuff now. I encourage everybody to build your local preparedness community as thoroughly as possible, and make those contacts now, man, because you're not going to be able to do this post-apocalypse. It's not a good time. You knock on somebody's door after the shit hits the fan. You're probably going to get a gun in your face if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, you're probably going to find the business end of that and some of the things that make noise that come out of it. So you need to make those connections now. You need to make those plans now. It may be uncomfortable to go talk to your neighbor, and it's not. You got to kind of ease your way in, man. You have to feel people out. You can't just be like, "Hey, man, are you into prepping and survival like I am?" It's probably not a good play. You weasel your way in. You say, "Hey, man, how's it going?" And just a couple wavings and passing, and then maybe you see him outside doing something. Stop by and get out and say, "Hey, how's it going, man? I've been waving to you. I'm so and so from up the road. Nice to meet you." Break the ice. It's the best way to get started. And you never know, man. They might think just like you and look as normal as can be on the outside. So there's a lot of that going
Ideally,
on.
we should all, hypothetically, most of the community, other than knuckleheads like us who go on the internet, most of them should look like everyone else. You should be able to pick them out.
Super low key. And most folks, the average normie, you look at my attire and you wouldn't know. Eat in the mountains. What's that? It's a cool shirt. Nobody knows that this is a freeze dried survival food shirt. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you hide in plain sight. If you want to make yourself uber visible, be prepared to accept that uber visibility post SHTF. You come knocking here after SHTF, and I have failed really, really bad.
Yeah,
I've failed really, really bad. If you get to my door and knock on it, I've failed really bad.
that's right. Absolutely.
So going back to the other scenario, if you were elsewhere, have you considered having a change of clothes to match wherever you are? Because the way
that's a good idea, Pete.
Because when I did my last trip to Argentina, I'd never been, so I went on Google Earth, and I walked the street virtually, and I looked at what they were wearing, and basically it was like business attire, like slacks and button shirts. So I'm like, perfect. So I matched them. In Europe, my baseball cap, and it wasn't even a tactical cap, it was just some, I don't remember what the hell it was, some chupacabra or whatever. That kind of stands out as American. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they're not big baseball hat wearers over there. They don't do baseball over there. So.
Hey, you want to know how to spot an American? You want to know how to foolproof 100% spot an American that doesn't even know they're acting like an American? Americans lean on shit. Americans lean. Everywhere we go, we be leaning on something. Legend has it, this first thing the CIA teaches its spies is to stop leaning on things. It's an immediate tell. You're an American. We lean on shit. Now you're thinking about it, and you're like, fuck, I'd be leaning on shit. Look at Mike leaning on his desk. Look at Trent. Look at you guys.
Here I am. You caught me leaning. I see you back there leaning on your chair, Livingston Man.
Yeah, you leaning with that beard.
But he's leaning the right direction, though.
If you lean like a cholo, that's
Europeans
different.
would be in this chat like,
just standing there.
Yeah, unless they're drunk Croatians, in which case they lean against everything.
well, they sort of,
And you're going to get kissed in the eye at some point in the night. Because everyone becomes the I love you dude when they get that drunk. But
Croatia is like not real. That's got to be like the Ohio of Europe. Like Croatia.
It's the Ohio of Europe.
Yeah.
Good
I
Lord.
think when you think about like where its placement, it's like it's the European equivalent. I'm pretty sure Ohio means Croatia in
some other language.
In Croatian. Trent's just going to start waving his hand at your channel.
He's going to wave hands. I don't think he can kill the other horsemen.
It's not my channel. It's not my channel.
I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go
Ohio, you can't.
How many black folks you seen in Croatia?
Croatia's not real. There's no black people there. There's no
no people, period.
Black folks in Ohio.
Ain't no black folks in Ohio.
Master Shredder says 330.
330.
I'm going to tell you three truths right now. There are no men on the internet. There are no women on the internet, and there are no people in Ohio or Croatia.
Or Croatia.
But Moldova actually has.
Moldova. I'm supposed to believe this horse shit. Who comes up with that? Moldova. Oh, how you
I
doing?
don't
I'm the
know.
Moldova.
Did you know
ambassador
they
from
have
Moldova.
royalty in Moldova?
They call
I
it the
didn't even know where the hell it
Maldives,
was.
right? The Maldives.
No, that's different. That's a different thing because Moldova was already taken. So then they were like,
Oh.
okay, fine.
Well,
Shit,
when
like
you see the hot air balloon come over your house and land in your yard that says Ohio is real, put your butt in the basket. And let's
We're going on an adventure, Livingston Man. Hop on in.
this sounds like some New World versus Old World thing. Like you're gonna. I got drones and shit, and you're gonna send me a hot air balloon.
It's a true story, yeah.
What steampunk stuff is this?
Do what the North Koreans did. Send up balloons with poop in them, and when they pop, they just drop on your enemy.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
if we can
I
have
would fund that
balloons float
research.
across the United States untouched, I'm sure we can get one to Livingston, New York.
That's right. Coming straight on back to Ohio.
They'll all go and hit New Jersey.
Yeah,
You got to be careful over
Guys
there.
in Jersey will be like, "What the hell?"
yeah, a lot
Not
of weird
again.
Stuff a lot of weird stuff been going on with the air traffic. I don't know how much
Yeah,
going
no
on.
kidding. All right. So, so now that we've determined that Croatia and Moldova may not be real places, I'll go to the first scenario since we were doing them backwards. And here you go. You've already made it home, which was a real place. Have an unexpected friend or family arrive. How would you handle it?
Oh, I hate this question. I'm gonna
Put 'em
start this off.
do
I'm gonna
it.
start this off because
Do
I'm gonna
it.
react this. I'm gonna react the same way. I don't even care if it's the apocalypse or not. I'm gonna react the same way I act when I have an unexpected friend or family arrive. It's like, son of a bitch, I gotta put a shirt on and like, oh yeah, no, don't mind me. I wasn't chilling or nothing. Nice of you to call first to get all fucking about it. Fucking go, fucking put a shirt on, fucking put the face on. How's it going? What's up, bro? How you doing? And play it cool. It's fine, you know. And
You
let it go
wouldn't
by.
just go to the front in boots and tidy whities and be like, "Rah," and see if they run away.
No, I save that for the cops.
Like, and then in the news, dun, 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 man gets tasered for running after the police in his underwear.
Livingston Man is Livingston Man.
That's what the image, the Livingston Man image is for. It's the guy being tasered and he's going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The day will come, and I'll make my
the
statement.
day will come.
Oh, good golly.
Oh, man. This so went off the rails.
No, that'd be my immediate thing is because I already am an introverted kind of homebody person, as I keep saying, and I love people. I love hanging out. I just want to know you're coming because, like, do I have to put socks on? Like, should I make dinner? Like, what do you need? Did you bring beer? Like, there's all kinds of questions coming up. Like, what's
Yeah.
in it for me? Fucking, you know what I mean? This
I
is
guess-
just a regular. That's Friday night for me, dog. This is all day. I'm like,
That's a good point because if I showed up, like, hypothetically, I showed up at Vision's place and I was like, hey, I just need to refill water. But hey, by the way, I found a case of 5.56. You want to split? I'm bringing a resource like, hey, I'm contributing. So how about you, Trent? How would you react? Let's assume it's just one person. We're not going to complicate it like they got
Okay.
kids.
One person,
a man
somebody
or a
I
woman?
know. Somebody I know.
A friend or family, someone you're familiar with.
They definitely would stay outside, number one. And they would be watched. And I would have something in my hand and say, what do you need? And like you said, if they said, well, here's some 5.56, then we're going to talk about it. And I'm not going to be the only one out there with them. Okay, what do you need for it? Well, we need a couple of this and that. Okay, fine. Y'all keep an eye on him. If he breathes too heavy, drop him like a bad habit. I'll be right back. And I would go in and get what they need, give it to them, take what they offered, and tell them, do not come back. Because if you do, I will drop you where you stand. Oh, look at that puppy.
That was a wild, and I'm the schizophrenic one. Did you see what just happened?
A dog
He
just
went from,
appeared.
He's like, I'm a drop bot dog.
A puppy.
God. Oh man, his tone changed and everything.
And I would, if it's somebody I knew, what do you need? Okay, this is a one-time deal. Don't come back.
I'm going to piggyback off Trent here because I feel like if you ain't already in the loop and you're just showing up, like knocking on my door, that like you weren't in the loop and you weren't supposed to be connected, but here we are, right?
Right.
So it'd be one of these like. Otherwise, because if you were in the loop or you is fam, they ain't really going to be questions like that, right? I mean,
right.
OPSEC being what it is, but at the end of the day, like who your people are.
Yep. Yeah, if it's somebody that, I haven't seen in like a year, I'd be like, nah, we got nothing here. You need to turn around and leave.
I saw you on YouTube, bro. I'd be like, you saw me on YouTube? You must be tripping, dog. You thought that shit was real. That's funny.
I've got
Aren't you him? I'm like, I am not him.
Right.
I'm not him.
Again, if it's friend or family, it's what do you need? Let's get this taken care of and get you back where you got to go as quick as possible.
Yep.
If it's not, then I'm not answering the door. There's nobody even here. I don't know you. I don't know how you got here.
Friend, family, because it's just a strange ass person at the door. I'm not going to react well to that, or I won't react at all. I'll be like,
exactly.
You have fun knocking on my door.
It's a real test. A real test too is to let them ring the doorbell, let them knock, and maybe don't answer and see what they do.
Yeah. Just listen to the dog bark.
Yeah.
If you're still hanging out after that, then I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Speaking of that, some guy showed up the other day in a work truck flatbed and he rang the doorbell. And of course, soon as our alarms go off, Cole goes into full-blown Borble mode, and you can hear him barking 1.5 miles away. And so the guy gets out and stops, and I'm watching him. He stops, and Cole is in the window. And he comes up, rings the doorbell, then Cole goes to the window right by the door. The guy immediately saw him, turned around, and got back in his truck and left. Yeah, I was like...
As it should be.
And you know what's funny? If he was a legit contractor, he might have left a door hanger or card.
Right.
And then you could at least say, oh, well, he was coming to solicit work. He left a card. If he just walked off.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
He walked off, got back in his truck. And of course, I'm standing there with whatever I need. And I let Cole deal with it. Because he when he barks,
people listen.
People do listen, and more than likely they run.
Only the ATF is gonna F around with a large dog. Other than that, everybody gonna back down from that. Like the best burglar alarm home security system you can have is a large, loud dog that ain't afraid to protect what's theirs.
That's right.
That little ADT, that little code thing you punch in on the wall, that shit ain't gonna fucking grab a hold of an intruder and hold them down.
All that is meant to wake me up so I can deal with it.
Right.
Without me being in bed and open my eyes and there's, Kachuku got into my bedroom because I didn't lock my house. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lou.
I mean, and as far as Trent talking about, he was standing right there holding what he needs, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm holding. They don't need what I'm holding, but I need what. And I'm
holding a dog on the end of the chain, snarling, growling at you. That's what I'm holding.
I feel like you were holding. I was holding.
I'll just let her go. Just let her go.
Yeah.
I'm committing sex crimes at this point.
Oh,
the joke was going over. Had to clarify. That's what I was holding was something they don't want, but they're gonna need.
And all four of us get banned from YouTube.
And we're out of here. It was nice talking with you guys. See y'all on the Rumble.
Okay, so
how was it not self-defense though? Like, I mean, they came at me like first, right? There used to be this thing called the Court of Common Pleas, where they would decide whether what had occurred was, whether it was legal or not was not the question, but who was right. Used to be two separate rules about this. There was what the law said, but they understood that what the law said could often be pretty black and white, and there was all this gray area. So they would elect a upstanding person to be the judge of the Court of Common Pleas, where they'd say, yeah, the code book says that this is wrong, but look what happened here. And then in my case, what I'm thinking is, these thugs came in my house and got molested. If they had never come in my house, they would have not got molested, and the judge would rule in my favor because I was right, even though the law might differ. I just say we need to bring this back.
Okay, so all right, I'm going to expand on that last one. Let's say it's someone
and
you
I wish
know
you
that
would. I'd like to hear this.
you have an arrangement with, not someone you're going to molest, someone you had an arrangement with.
Not that kind of arrangement.
Right.
How would you try to get them set up as quickly as possible so they can continue on? Like say Trent's in Texas, or I'm in Ohio or New York or something like that. And it's just, hey, if something happens, come here, get restocks. What in your mind would you do for that friend? Having made that arrangement in advance. Okay, so we'll take away the surprise visit.
Ooh.
So I do have expendable gear, I'll call it, things that could leave and it wouldn't be a detriment to my survival. I have extra packs, extra bags, extra fuel, extra things that I could donate to the cause, so to speak, to help somebody on their way back. At no time could I ever put my family's well-being ahead of that person. So the rations would unfortunately be small and insignificant. Perhaps I could let you know about a cache along the way to help you supply a little bit better someplace that I'm not planning on going. So there's a few things that I could do to help somebody out along the way that I already have kind of planned out and stashed along the way. So at least they have that if they end up here. That's the best I could do for them.
Yeah. And same here. I have gear and stuff that I could part ways with, and it won't hurt me. And that's exactly what that stuff is for. And help them get on their way and get back safely. Yep.
I have all this really good stuff. I even have a nice hot bath. It looks like a cauldron, but don't mind that. So I put salt and garlic and onion in it, but just get in.
It's to
You can feel
protect
so
you
much
from
better.
the vampires.
Yeah, listen,
Bugs Bunny, here we go. He's going to cook him and eat him.
I'm hungry. I've run out of Spam on the first day of the apocalypse, and then you show up at my door, all well fed and handsome. Okay, let's get you bathed up, soldier.
I'm done.
Good times. Good times.
Yes,
This is
sir.
where you learn. This is where you learn the tough stuff, folks.
Yeah.
Rule of thumb. Well, see, I'm being ironic here because y'all I got stuff I could possibly help people with. I'm like, come to my house, you're getting cooked and eaten. Okay, that's two different schools here. You're like, I might be able to help you. I'm like, I will eat you if you come to my fucking house.
I will eat you.
Okay, be dangerous. It's the rabid dog doctrine. Too dangerous to fuck with.
What is
God, this is terrible. This is awesome. Look at that.
Thanks for having me.
Ghost. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Good times. Good times.
Oh,
I'm the
this
type
is
of,
good.
listen, I'm the type of dude, I'm going to strap you to the chair. I'm going to make you scared as fuck, and then I'm just going to make you watch me, put clothes on. You're going to be, begging for death. I'm not going to let it happen, though. I'm gonna make you watch. I'm just going to put on a couple shirts, then I'll let you go.
Jeez.
Come to my house. Come on over.
Now,
I got a nice
now
hot
y'all
bath.
understand why I will never go to the state of New York.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh man, and I thought the javelinas out here were bad.
Bro, wild animals any day of the week. Pete, at least I know what I'm up against. You know what I'm saying? People, you end up rolling the dice and you landed on Livingston Man. And oh, buddy.
Look what you
Oh, congratulations to you. You are today's winner.
You have the special apocalypse.
Tracy K said, a Mick Livingston.
I'm the show that you got. If they were to make a show, I'm the one they would watch. Okay, that's me. You want the Walking Dead? You want the House of 1,000 Corpses? How about we eat the 1,000 corpses? Let's do this. Okay, I'll make the dead walk. I'll dance with them. Fuck it. I don't care anymore.
And shows are playing.
I'm tired. Have you ever seen the world today? You wonder why I am the way I am. I am you. I am you. I am the product of this. Okay.
I could just see you with boots and like Ooga Booga Man outfit with all body paint just running around in the apartment. People would be like, don't go up the hill. Because he's crazy. He could be sitting there drinking a beer, eating pizza, all chill, having a smoke. It's a good day today. Oh, look, more intruders. Let me go become the Chupacabra and I'm going to run down there and go, and
that's right.
them all running away.
I'll make Vlad the Impaler look like a fucking joke. Okay. Like, somebody's getting impaled all right, and it ain't going to be on a wooden pole. That's for sure. Come to my house, bro.
That's awesome.
Well, what you learn on the Roaming Prepper channel tonight is you don't want to roam to the town of Livingston, New York. Yeah, it's not. It's just it ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe.
We're doing bad shit out here. Okay.
It's like that lady. Hide your husbands, hide your children.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Livingston Man is here.
It was me. I was the one snatching people up.
Yeah, we do need a trunk monkey, Stella.
Monkey. Absolutely, Stella.
Yeah.
Enough about me.
The Hudson Hills have eyes. Good golly.
Pete, I thought that your topics were on point. Practical knowledge, and at least we were able to sort of get through those before all my nonsense.
And a little bit of derangement, because that's the icing on the cake.
Absolutely. The wild card. You never know. And you know, as we roll through the year here, we find that it's more unprecedentedness, right? Every step we take. So to think that Livingston Man is bluffing would be foolish, because it sounds rather unprecedented, and that is the zeitgeist of 2025.
Yes.
Yep. And I guarantee you, if he's talking about it, he's thought about it and he's planned it out.
I've already formulated my plan. I'm behind.
And
now.
there's already 3 down. So just go easy. All right. That's all I'm saying. Just go easy. Maybe Germantown, not Livingston. Okay.
Don't go there. Just don't go there. Not good.
No.
So, gentlemen, closing comments for the folks out there considering what January was like. Because we're coming up on that hour mark.
All right. So February is a short month, thank God. And hopefully we can get through this in the next, we got 24 days left of February. Let's hope month number 2 of 2025 is a lot better than month number 1, because it was a little on the shitty side, a little on the creepy side. Especially for me personally, it was pretty on the shitty side. So let this be the month that we turn it around.
Stay out of Livingston, New York. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's it. I'm telling y'all.
Endorse that.
Burn
Listen,
down.
don't come.
Stay out of Livingston, New York.
Come to my house. Come to my house, bro. Find out.
January was a tough year.
It really was, Coffee. It was.
But no, seriously, just keep doing what y'all doing, and y'all can laugh at the Livingston Man if you want. I dare anybody to walk up to his front door. I dare you. That's all I got. I'm telling y'all.
He's thinking. You could see.
I know. Yeah. You know, like my mama used to say, if they tell you something, believe them.
That's right.
It means they thought about it.
Yeah.
I walk softly, but like I'll impale you with a big stick, dude. Like, rotisserie. Cooking like a chicken. I have no patience for the human race anymore. You know what? I'm like, if Giant Meteor was on the ballot for 2024, I'd have voted for that motherfucker. Like, it's like just take it out, dude. Like, you know what? How much further are we gonna go with this? So much unprecedented things happening every day. It's meant to overload you. It's meant to make you crazy. It's meant to so you can't focus. So you can't direct your emotion, your anger, your reactions, your feelings toward any one thing. So you're left just paralyzed. It's a psychological warfare tactic, is what all of it is. That's why it bombards you so heavily, why it makes you feel a certain way, why it makes you react a certain way, why it makes you mad, makes you post on Facebook. It's up to you whether you are, you want to be a part of that, you want to resist it. Do you want to keep an open mind about things? Do you want to maybe assume that you're lied to? The sources you trust most. This conversation's been about, you're going to let somebody you trust into your home when the shit goes down. But a lot of the media you're fed and the information that you're allowed to know is fed to you by people that you, let's say, trust. But how do you know that these people aren't pushing an agenda or lying to you? We've said before that we live in what I call a post-truth era. There is no such thing as the truth. It's gone. It's open to interpretation. You can't find it. There's no definitive answer in anything, anywhere. Pick an event, pick a thing, pick something, an event happened. Tell me the truth about it. You can't. You can tell me what you were told was the truth, but then I can point to another source over here that says that was the truth. There's no such thing as the truth. Give it up. Just live your life. Do what you've been doing. You survived this long. You've won. Keep winning.
Yep.
Yep.
And tomorrow, you may die tomorrow, because tomorrow's Wednesday.
Be careful.
Statistically, you won't.
Yeah.
111. 111
Unless you go to your
times.
house.
Yeah, unless
Oh,
you come
yeah.
to your house. Yeah.
That's not
Well, no, he's going to.
That's not we're gonna die Wednesday. That's you're gonna die Wednesday.
I'm not coming to New York, period. Let alone Livingston, New York.
See how I solved the immigration problem?
There you go.
Tell them
We need to translate his message
They're-
to different languages
they're
and
eating.
just play it in the internet in these other
They're
countries.
eating
They
the
just won't come
Ohioans.
here.
They're eating the Croatians. So beautiful, so
It's
beautiful.
awesome.
We have the biggest Croatians and Ohioans. We're eating them. So beautiful.
They're eating the dogs, the cats.
Help.
God. Okay, before one of us has an aneurysm. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining these fine gentlemen tonight. Despite it going off the rails. But hey, you know what? It wouldn't be fun if that didn't happen.
Right.
It would just not be us. So
Eat your local Croatian.
there you go. It's going to be huge.
It's gonna be so big, so beautiful.
I'm so
No vayas a la casa del hombre de Livingston. Te comerá.
see.
My good Lord.
Okay.
What,
Well,
what did he
gentlemen,
say? What does that mean? I don't speak that Latin.
Don't go to Livingston's house. Don't go to
right.
Livingston's house.
Something about a camera? Is that what he meant?
Yeah, totally.
El Cannibal. That's what they call me. Yeah,
moved from cats, dogs, and ducks, ran out of them.
yeah they
All
went
right.
first.
Well,
And
gentlemen,
then the
thank you. I'll see you guys backstage. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget these gentlemen will be going live later this week. So make sure you keep up with us as we go through yet another week out here. So,
Be
gentlemen,
safe, everybody.
be
everybody
good.
stay safe out there. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right.
Stay out of Livingston, New York.
Yes.
Don't come to my house, bro.
No.
One, at South, they go to Bay Harbor Hospital, 923045.
As a result of the outbreak,
At
the city or
11:43.
entire region may be in danger
Zero
of
to
lethal
SHP
agents.
authorization
If conditions at your location make this a
4105.
possibility, you need to consider staying in place until the threat has subsided or blown over. The following steps will ensure that your home will serve as a biological or chemical safe haven. Select an inner room on an upstairs floor with the least number of windows and doors. Choose a large room with access to a bathroom and a telephone.
5 affirmative, break, medevac 39, advisory 97 times 39.